today from M&T Bank Stadium.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. That'll be taken about a yard deep and beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 56 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the Ravens' 45-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Mackey looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Williamson. 12 yards there and a first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Shrugs him off. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 yards there and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On 2nd down now, Cartwright. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Seattle.
The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle, but collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. They'll try to run this one in. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So out now is the Seattle field goal team. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead.
Ravens nothing.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
So here are the Ravens now as they get set for their opening possession. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. I thought the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
The quarterback taken down and sacked. A fumble.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. From the gun, Welsh. And that is incomplete.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 48.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mackey looking sideline, incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
And 4 yards.
Operating from the gun. Mackey. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Complete to number 43.
Always important as a defender on third down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the first down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
The Seahawks send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for, and remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They'll run with Allen. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
36-yard line.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. From the gun, Welch. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Looking to throw. Welsh. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
To throw on 2nd down, Welch. Cameron, the intended receiver there, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And he comes back with one complete. There he goes left side, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase it.
Extra point attempt to follow here. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3.
7. Seahawks 3.
Now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now Bush on the return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
And out now come the Seahawks. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night. And
he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Mackey throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
They'll try the left side. Cartwright, and a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. From the gun, Mackey. And he will find his man on the outside. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the receiver was able to dot the I with both feet,
while making sure that he possesses the football all the way through the catch.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Operating from the gun. Mackey on the crossing route, complete. That's Price. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Mackey. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
Complete.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
At the 6-yard
Well,
line.
a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
Offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Operating from the gun, Mackey.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle.
To number 15.
From 19 yards away. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Extra point attempt to come here. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down in those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. From the gun, Welsh. Looking middle, and that's complete.
Welsh's pass.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Now Allen, and he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Baltimore Ravens.
Give him 2 yards on that play, and it's going to yield a new set of downs. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's good to make it 17-7. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taking it about the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try to mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Welch's
pass.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That's good for a Raven first down. 15 yards there. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Allen's got it over the middle. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Seahawks take back over. And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. but what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
They'll run on first down. Cartwright, and he'll get this one up to about his 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On second down, Cartwright, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
Seahawks on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun. Mackey got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
On first down, Mackey over the middle, complete. That's Allen. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 30-yard line.
To throw on second down, Mackey got his man complete over the middle. It's Allen. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
A gain of 15.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. From the gun, Mackey. Throw left side, complete. That's Lawson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Seahawks on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 9. Over the middle, complete. That's Williamson. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
They were trying to go back to Allen there, and now it's 2nd down. To throw again, Mackey. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And it's 3rd down.
push on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with fourth down.
No good. That keeps the score Seahawks 17, Ravens 7.
Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. 7 yards to pick up there. The Ravens moving quickly here as the clock runs. This is caught, the tight end Cameron. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 yards there, first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Now this one complete on the slant route, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Now the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
A loss of 8 yards. It's second down.
Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. The Seahawks send out their punter, standing just outside his own goal line. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. A final shot before break. Welsh, and that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Their own 26-yard line.
Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Welch. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
5 yards.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Back to throw. Mackey. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, Cartwright. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mackey, and his throw's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Mackey, and that will be incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st and 10, Welsh. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The contact. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Welch. And he comes back with one complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run the draw play. Allen takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Play to the running.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Welsh, and it's caught by the tight end Cameron. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
89. It's a pickup.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Allen. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's Allen, and he'll take this one down near the 15. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
To throw on 2nd down, Welch, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab, and the Ravens have once again taken the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines, but the bottom line is the absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Now the try here for the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now Bush on the return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And
from the gun on 3rd down. Mackey, and a throw there going to be incomplete. And that one off the mark, a little late with a throw.
It's 4th down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
At the 39-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw on second down. Welsh, and caught by Cameron right side. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Looking to throw. Welch, and Cameron has it over the middle. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this. Back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Throwing on first down. Welsh. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now a carry for Allen. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. From the gun, Welch. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
It's a gain of 3. Brings
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Seahawks 17.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Welsh. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
A loss.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This one from 35 yards away. And his kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game.
Makes the score Ravens 24, Seahawks 17.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open. And it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, Just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
On first down, Mackey. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Throwing again, Mackey. And his throw here's incomplete.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
To throw on 3rd down, Mackey. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, this is simply a great read by a defensive back. It's 3rd and 10, so he sits right on where the yard to gain marker is, knows it's going to be a route around that distance, makes his read, breaks on the football, and makes a terrific play.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
On 1st and 10, Welch. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5.
From the gun, Welsh. And this is complete. It's Allen. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Operating from the gun, Welch. This will be caught at about the 6.
And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run. This is Allen. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
2nd and goal from the 1. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. From a yard out as the Ravens push further out in front. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point forthcoming. And the lead is up to 14. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown.
41. Seahawks 17.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now Bush on the return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
To throw again. Mackey got his man complete over the middle. That's Bush. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
5 brings up 2nd down.
They stay on the ground with Allen. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
He's tackled
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. From the gun, Welsh. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 42-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Welch. Allen has it, left side. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
From the gun, Welsh. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Another Baltimore Raven. They'll take over 1st down and goal at the 6-yard line.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. From 6 yards away. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
attempt here still to come. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now Bush on the return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Out comes the Seattle offense. We take a peek at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Throwing on 1st down. Mackey looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd.
Operating from the gun. Mackey. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
4 yards. 1st down, Seattle.
From the gun, Mackey looking for Allen. He's got him on the slam. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Operating from the gun, Mackey. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 11 yards there, 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the Seahawks 1st down.
From the gun, Mackey over the middle, complete. It's Williamson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 20-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And not able to get it that time. He'd hit on 6 straight passes. Not there, 2nd down.
brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Throwing again. Mackey. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And that is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't matter. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They begin the drive on the ground with Allen. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 17-yard line.
They keep it on the ground. Allen again. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Baltimore, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And next week, they get to stay home again as the Los Angeles Chargers come to town. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.